What is going on, guys? Xtimus here. So today I'm going to show you the Mang Lesson Sorceress build. That is a hybrid build based on Blizzard, Glacial Spike, and Firewall spells. Now, Mang Lesson is famous for being one of the rarest items in the game and also useless to the community. However, in this build I will show you how the staff is actually very useful in this build. Timestamps for the items, attributes, skills, and gameplay is in the description. Before we begin, let's start with the benefits of the staff. 5 to all skills, faster cast rate, and the important part is the variety of negative elemental resistances. Now, this sorceress won't do as much damage as the common orb and spirit shield builds. However, using the staff will save strength requirements to use a spirit shield. So let's go over the items. Overall, you could use terrible gear and the sorceress is going to do massive damage. It will also save you from having to deal with monsters that are immune to cold and fire spells. However, if you come across a unique monster that has both cold and fire immunity, you will have to have your mercenary take the kill. Obviously, we have the Mang Lesson staff, Mara's, Sandstorm Trek. This is important to have for faster hit recovery. Spiderweb Sash, Mage Fist Gloves, and 2 faster cast rate rings with resistances. Kira's Guardian, Heavenly Garb, and Call to Arms on switch with either a lidless wall or Saigon Shield. The inventory has just 1 Sorcerer's Torch and a few basic charms. The Mercenary is using Insight, Fortitude, and Endarials. Fortitude is a must if you come across fire and cold immune monsters and you want to kill them quickly. If you don't have Fortitude, just use Static Field on the monsters and Insight should get the job done. That is if the polearm you use to create the rune word is elite quality. Well, to start off, you will consume a massive amount of mana with this build, and you will have to do at least one of 3 things. Add points to mana, use Insight on your mercenary, or have mana regen items. Heavenly Garb not only looks cool, but the high percentage of mana regen with the rune is awesome if you don't have an Insight or you would like your mercenary to do more damage. And then you could switch the Insight with something else. Kira's Guardian is a must for resistances, but you could use Shaco or anything else you want. Overall, this build is going to do a lot of damage and you are a sorceress, so if you play your character properly, you won't need to worry about resistances or damage reduction as much, since you are using Glacial Spike to freeze the monsters. I'm not using Spirit Shield for battle orders because I am using the Mang staff. I would rather save the 50 attribute points since the strength requirement is so high for a Spirit Monarch. Now, you could customize this build however you want. Firewall and Blizzard will be doing a massive amount of damage, even if you have just some cheap items. Especially items that add 1 to all skills such as the Spirit Sword. Plus to all skills has a huge bonus for hybrid builds. Plus to all skills and mana regen are the 2 most important parts of this build. Now for the skill points, the Fire Tree has 20 Firewall, 20 Warmth, 1 enchant, and 1 fire mastery. Lightning Tree 1 static field, 1 teleport. Cold Tree 20 blizzard, 20 glacial spike, 1 frozen armor, and then you want enough points in the cold mastery to have 115%. You can combine this number with your items like I did to save a few skill points. And then attributes enough strength to use the gear, dexterity none, energy none, and the rest into vitality. Now, I have never been a fan of Energy Shield. This build does rely on mana and you could customize the build for Energy Shield. I don't like it because if you come across a mana burning monster and your mana goes to 0, not only are you basically dead, you have no mana to do anything. So overall, let's start with how you play this build. Now, the first thing you want to do is obviously cast Battle Orders and Battle Command. Then you want to cast Frozen Armor, and then make sure you cast Enchant on your mercenary. Run up to the monsters, cast Static Field a few times, and then based on what the monster is immune to, you will either use Blizzard or Firewall. So if the monsters are immune to cold, first you will want to run up to the monsters and cast Static Field a few times. Then make sure you're teleporting directly onto them so your mercenary is taking all the damage, and then start casting Fire Wall. Now if the monsters aren't immune to cold damage, what you could do is start casting Glacial Spike to freeze the monsters in place, and then you could start casting Fire Wall, and you could also combine it with Blizzard if you'd like. Alright, well that's about it for the build information. Now let's get into some gameplay.
I'm overburdened.
Not even death can save you from me.
has fallen.
Greetings.
am impressed, Mortal. You have overcome the greatest...
Alright, well that's about it for the Mang Song Lessons Sorceress build, guys. Let me know in the comments section below if there's any suggestions you guys have for this build, or any tips or tricks you guys want to share. If you guys enjoyed these Diablo videos, make sure you subscribe. I love you guys so much, and I will see you on the next video.